It's wildland gold honey and pollen. And what happens here is you mix 1 part of the pollen to 2 parts of the honey, and you thoroughly mix this together, and after a couple days, the honey eats the pollen, and it's preserved literally forever. And you take about a teaspoon of that in the morning, and for many women, that's all they need. So I'd recommend you do it, although I think we're going to have to be a little stronger for your wife than this. And so for a period of maybe a month or two, your wife can jump on something called female support, and maybe about 3 per meal, and usually 1 or 2 menses, and it's like a reset. And then these other factors will have kicked in, and she doesn't need to continue the female support. Okay?
Oh, that's great. Can I have a question about the oil?
Sure.
What about cold-pressed oil?
Well, those are all refined oils.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Anything that's an oil that didn't occur in the food. So if you eat a piece of fish, it's going to have really great omega-3 fatty acids already in it. If you were to eat an avocado, it's going to be mostly omega-6, but it's already in it. Those are fine to eat, at least for 60 days. And then after that, bringing back stuff should not be, as long as it's not, full force. We want to have a teaspoon of butter 2 or 3 times a week. We want cheese to be 1 ounce or 2 ounces a week, not a pizza. In other words, we want to put a limit on these fats that really challenge the health of the liver and the gallbladder.
That's great.
All right, buddy?
Thank you, Dr. Marshall.
You're welcome. Take care. All right, you guys on the line, stay right there. We'll catch you off the air. And don't miss today's great special, guys. Give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447. If you got a quick question, they probably can help you a lot. Just give a buzz.
You've been listening to Dr. Bob Marshall, Ph.D., on Healthline Live. To find out more about these specials or any of our other great products, call 1-800-370-3447. That's 1-800-370-3447. Dr. Marshall's comments have not been evaluated.
Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
Tom Busby, CNBC. Inflation is on the rise. Consumer prices in August were higher for the 5th month in a row. That increase, though, at the cash register, a little less than expected. That's because the cost of healthcare, clothing, and food declined. Prices on rents and gasoline, they were higher. On Wall Street today, Apple shares spiking higher a day after it unveiled a new iPhone lineup and Apple Watch. And with signs of new trade talks to start between the U.S. and China, the Dow shot up 147 points, the Nasdaq up 59. Jobless claims down again last week by 1,000 to a 49-year low. Meantime, Target wants to hire 120,000 seasonal workers for the holidays, and it'll pay them $12 an hour. And the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, announcing he just set up a $2 billion fund, with that money going to nonprofit organizations that'll help the homeless and build new preschools in poor areas. Tom Busby, CNBC.
It's the little things. Like finding $20 in the wash. Woo! Jackpot! Or knowing where to shop online for all the newest styles and best deals around. Stage.com, of course. Visit Stage.com today for incredible sales, our newest markdowns on clearance, more extended sizes, and even more choices. Plus, check out today's deals online for daily coupons and offers. Fresh styles, big savings, and fun perks every day. Stage.com. Little things mean everything. Offer exclusions apply.
Results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. With one call to Wall, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. Our average client settles for about 10% of what is owed. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Call 800-727-0433. That's 800-727-0433.
This is a special report from NBC News Radio. Hurricane Florence North Carolina's Outer Banks are taking a lashing as Hurricane Florence moves closer. The Category 2 storm is packing winds of 100 miles per hour with higher gusts. NBC weatherman Al Roker says Florence's impact is just beginning to be felt ashore.
We've got buoys out just offshore, and you can see the winds right now. 76 mile per hour gusts here, 60 here. Beaufort, 59 mile per hour wind gusts, and those are starting to grow.
The massive storm is expected to be a major flooding event in the Carolinas and surrounding states as Florence slowly churns toward landfall. Forecasters say the storm surge from Hurricane Florence could be the deadliest part of the storm. Weather experts are warning of a surge as high as 13 feet from Cape Fear to Cape Lookout, North Carolina, when Florence eventually comes on shore within the next few hours. The Pentagon says it's ready to jump in and assist local, state, and federal disaster relief efforts. Tom Roberts, NBC News Radio.
Now, here's a new concept: digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising, DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
I'm so tired of the buffering on my smartphone.
I'm so over it. Next.
Right? I am so over it. Next.
A radio? Next.
No buffering, just your favorite local radio station?
Next Radio uses the FM tuner that is already built into your phone, so you can listen to your favorite stations on the go. Because Next Radio uses the FM tuner already built into your smartphone, it saves on data and battery usage. When compared to streaming audio, Next Radio uses less than 1/10 of your data, and your battery will last 3 times longer. Next Radio, it's FM radio on your smartphone.
Introducing a radio inside your cell phone. Listen to all kinds of local radio stations, including KCAA 106.5 Yucaipa and 102.3 Riverside on Next Radio. Download the free Next Radio app today. 100% free, 100% fun, 0% buffering. Stop the buffer and listen to KCAA.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody, and I'm glad that you all are tuning in because I am so excited about this program. Yay! And if you happen to see the post on Facebook and Twitter, and we have that plane with a little flag flying around up there telling everybody who's and what's us. But if you happen to miss it, this one is one of a kind. Yes, one of a kind. And we have 2 fabulous ladies with me today, and I'm going to introduce them in a moment. And I should say 3 fabulous ladies.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We have Bella today.
And Bella is with us, yeah. You know what? We need to get little headphones for her.
I know. She's a very special girl.
Yes.
She's 18 years old, so I'm puppy sitting, and this is part of my giving back to the community. I have ladies that I've met on Facebook, and it's just been a fun thing to do, that when they go out of town, I just kind of get the animals, babies, people.
Yes. And if you recognize that voice, that is Miss Dawn from the Red Shoe Project.
Yes. Hello.
Yay.
Hi.
And we got some really good news to share with everybody. A lot of info.
Yes.
But let's introduce first. I should say, first. Because that wasn't really an introduction. No. So, right. And we have Shannon O'Malley with us today.
Nice.
And I am so...
She's not just the Shannon. She's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
She's
And I love
gorgeous.
her hair.
Uh-huh.
You know?
And the lashes, for sure, ladies. She's
I know.
on point.
And look at this beautiful blue dress she has
I know.
on.
Perfect.
I feel like a refugee sitting next to
I
her.
need to go shopping with Bev.
Yes, we must. We must. And Shannon, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. And I'm new at this. This is new ground for me. You know, I'm just getting my toes wet and with the politics and so on and so on. So would you be kind enough, for I don't make a bleep and blunder, how would you introduce everybody to everybody?
Okay, so I would say this is Shannon O'Brien. She is the founder and director of Children's Resources nonprofit organization. And she is also running for Fontana City Council.
Nice.
In District 1.
District 1, that's very
important. Good old District 1, I'm so happy. And what made you decide to run?
Well, you know, originally I have to admit, I did not see myself as being a city council representative. When I started my organization, I was content working in the community, working with parents, working with schools, implementing programs, creating curricula. It wasn't until the parents asked me back in 2013, there was a seat on the Fontana School Board. And they said, Ms. O'Brien, would you get on the school board because you represent the parents every day in the work that you do? Why not do it on a larger scale and be in a position to actually influence the policy of the district? So I said, you know, that's not a bad idea because it's still along the lines of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I ran for the school board. I got that seat. It was a 1-year term. And then after that, after I kind of got that exposure, I thought, you know, this wasn't so bad, but I think I can still do more if I help other good people secure seats in leadership positions. When District 1 opened up, some of the leaders approached me, and they said, hey, you know, we're looking at the boundaries of the district, and this would be great for you at this time to run for this open seat. There's no one previously in the seat. And we don't really know too many people in your district that we think would be as qualified as you. So I had to think about it because I was focused on my husband and supporting him. He's on the Fontana School Board now. He's doing a 4-year term. So I was thinking of myself in this role of the supportive wife and helping him with things that he needs to get done. And so I did. It took me maybe a few months to really think about it. And I think one of the biggest influential factors was my husband saying, you know, I know you should do this. I said, what about the fact that I can't give you all the attention and support that you need because now I'll have to transfer that over to myself. And he said, you know, I think it's meant to be. I think you're a good leader. I think you're a great politician, and I would like to see you run. So I think at the end of the day, that was the big influence that got me to go ahead and put my name in.
I am so glad you did.
Thank you.
And with the district and the size of it, and I did my homework on this lady, and I went, holy Toledo. And macaroni, I mean, yeah. And then with her and I talking on the phone back and forth at different times. And if you listen and hear very carefully, the first time you speak to a brand new person, either on phone or in person, within 4 words, you're going to tell their intelligence or lack of intelligence, right? She had it, boom.
Right away.
Oh, thank you.
You did. You really, and I went,
That's
all right,
good.
she's one of us. Yay! And I'm so glad about that. And then the other thing, I love what you're doing with the children.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Me too.
Now, this is how the two of you are going to be joining.
Yes, we actually talked about that when we first just walked in the door.
And what you do now is when you're running, you wanted me to do this the other way around, but I have a thought.
Okay, let's go with it.
Okay. Now, when you are running, for District 1, all right? And with all the time that it takes for doing it and all the meet and greets and so on, how is that going to blend in with you working with the children in the resource?
Wow, I have thought about that myself because I want to make sure that when I'm somewhere, I'm actually present. And this is my personal criticism, and I don't want anyone to take this, personally, even though it's coming from me. When I go to events and there's a representative there, I like to see you engage and actually see that you're in the moment.
Yes.
Have you ever seen people, even at weddings now, people have their phones and they're texting and the bride's coming down the aisles?
Yes.
And I feel that sometimes people in leadership positions, they want to please everybody. So it's like, well, I'll be at Bev's event for 15 minutes, then I'll go to Don's event for 20 minutes. And you can kind of see that while they're with you, she's already thinking about, I got to get to Don's event. So I said I didn't want to be that kind of politician. So forgive me if anybody feels that describes them.
No, I'm glad you feel that way. I actually feel
Yes.
that way a lot too, doing nonprofit functions and also just making your meet and greets because it's a public arena, and I love that you just started that off, that you wanted to be in the present. That makes you different, and I mean that sets you apart. If that's the first thing you want to say to your public, that you're present and really mean that's sincere. That's amazing. That's
Thank
great.
you.
That's a great intro on who you are.
It really is. And then also, when you walk into a room,
Yes.
right? Us three ladies have it.
Yes.
Even though I was a few seconds late running in here like a crazy person because the
I was
freeway
too.
was stopped due
There's a lot of
construction,
traffic. It was.
and I'm going, all right, get back in that New York mood and let's drive this thing, right?
Right.
And so, Guy, but what it is when a person walks into a room and you feel that presence of them. The way you dress, the way, how you stand, and so on and so on. And when I was talking to you through the different phone calls that we had, I noticed myself, I'm in my home office, right? My shoes are off and my raggedy-baggedy jeans and T-shirt. I noticed, I started sitting straighter up in the seat, and my seat. And I says, to myself, take your feet off the table, and like this. And it's really weird because you have that.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
And now, what is going to be your next step?
Well, I have a meet and greet actually coming up in 2 weeks. So what I've been doing is trying to get the word out. One of the things I didn't finish answering you too, because I know you said, how am I going to balance everything? Well, I want to be present. So what I wanted to add to that is that I'm going to make sure I don't overschedule myself.
Yes.
And that when I say I'm coming to your Red Shoe Project fundraiser or event, I'm actually at your event,
You're
the
there.
duration of the event. I'm not going to say, okay, sneak out the back. Thank you for, I want to make sure I'm supporting you.
I enjoy doing that too. It's nice, and you do actually find more quality relationships during that
You do,
time.
and that's
it's
important.
Settling down. It's nice to do that.
Building relationships, and I think that we all know the importance of relationships.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm actually doing now. When Bev asked, what are you doing right now? You're running for office. Running for office, some people see it as, well, let me get my name out there. Let's increase my name recognition. People can know my brand and my platform. Okay, that's all nice. But at the root of it, at the foundation of it, there needs to be a feeling of trust. I need to feel that my representative is accessible to me. I need to be able to, if I come to you and I really want to know what's going on, I don't want a rehearsed or kind of a superficial answer to the problems. So I want to be the person that fosters that type of relationship within the District 1 community, all of Fontana, but definitely District 1 because it is a new district. There's sections of District 1 that are new, like new homeowners, people who have just bought houses for the first time. So I've been having meet and greets in the newer area, and I'm trying to have one every month. I had one in July, one in August, I have one in September, and then I have another one I'm planning right now in the works for October.
Good.
So, and I think that even though after I get into the seat, let's just say if I get into the seat,
You mean when?
Yes,
Right,
I was
right,
going to
right.
say
If I-
that.
if I
The day I
win-
get in, win.
I know I'm talking like I'm a fortune teller, but if I were to get in the seat, what I want to do is continue to have that connection with the voters. So I might not have a meet and greet every month, but I want to have something intimate, something where I'm just checking in, and they're able to check in with me, and people can find me because, town halls are nice, but it's huge, it's big. Sometimes people get intimidated. So to have something that's accessible and a schedule where people can catch you here or there or at this event, I want to make sure I maintain my website. I want to make sure that I have a newsletter for the constituents. I want to make sure they know where they can find me, have my schedule on there. And that way, if they come to the Red Shoe Project and see me at your event, it's good exposure for your event, as well as it allows me to communicate and connect with the voters. So that's what I envision as far as once I'm there, how do I keep the momentum of building those relationships?
Now, the other question I wanted to ask you, when you get voted in and you sit
She
in
says
that...
when,
We're
like
going to
that.
keep doing
Okay,
that.
keep doing that.
For an hour. We're just going to say, so when you get in, make sure
Right.
you wear your red shoes first.
I gotta buy some red. I have red sandals. I don't have red heels though. These are cute.
Fashion.
Later on, I'll tell you a good place to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and they're
I do
having a
Zappos.
sale.
You do Zappos on the internet. I do the internet.
I don't like doing
I
the
want to do
internet.
that so bad.
I don't like it.
I'm almost going to.
Are you?
I'm thinking about it.
I'm the old-fashioned shopper.
like to try it on,
I
go
want to
in
go
the
in the
store.
shop
Me
and
too.
try it on. I don't want to buy something and then they ship it
And,
to me
that's
and it
happened
doesn't
to me.
fit.
I've had to
Then you
give it
gotta,
away.
yeah.
And
Me too.
you're right, but it doesn't happen that much though. But it has happened to me. I had to give it away.
So when she gets voted in.
Yes, when?
When?
Yes. What? Now, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
What are the first two things that are top priority for you to do for the city of Fontana in District 1?
Promote awareness of key issues that I want to address so that people know why I'm making it a priority. So that would be number one, promote awareness. Number two, identify and activate resources. And what I mean by that is that Don is a resource. You're a resource. You'd be surprised how many resources we have around us and we don't know.
Yes.
I mean, just for my meet and greets, I'm meeting people who are scientists. One woman a few blocks away from me has a nonprofit that she started, and the name escapes me. I want to promote her. She'll probably have to come on your show.
Well, when you think about it, let us know.
Right, because I want to. She's a chemical. She's a chemical engineer. She started a nonprofit to actually make kids aware of the environment and how to protect the environment, and to foster a new generation of engineers and scientists that make it their specialty
Very
to
nice.
address these problems.
Cal State's kind of doing the same thing. With 1 million cups, actually, that whole thing in San Bernardino. So they're engineering and also the mathematics in Riverside County. So that's huge.
See, that's big.
It's really getting
but
big
to know
in
that
our-
it's like 3 blocks
our
of the
town.
person is within my district, and not
Absolutely.
have taken advantage of that. I think that there's a lot of resources like that
There are.
right around us that we're not activating, we're not using, and we're not directing other members of our community to those resources. And that's
right.
one of my specialties. I'm good at connecting people to resources that help them.
That is terrific.
Yes,
You
it
know?
is.
And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. I love the way they say that. And if you just tuned in, first of all, let's say hello to Brandon, our board up. Hi, Brandon.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. And you got my favorite T-shirt on today.
I do. You know what?
What?
I was really tired before your show, so thank you so much for the coffee.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. And then also, we have the one and only, one and only, our new best friend, and we have Shannon O'Reilly from Fontana, and she is running for
Shannon O'Brien.
Brian.
But I think
Why-
you were
why-
thinking O'Reilly because you know Irish names, you know.
I'm
O'Reilly,
Irish too.
O'Brien.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I'll make
she's
sure we
got
get that
confused.
out
I was
there.
gonna give her that
Oh,
because,
Brian.
you know, the
There's my bleep and blunder for the
I'm going
year.
to use that because I'm Irish too.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's your last
McCoy.
name? McCoy. Okay.
O'Brien,
So
McCoy.
we're confusing
We're
you.
good.
It's not really your fault. You said O'Reilly, O'Brien. You know, it kind of falls.
Hey, I'm due for a bleep and blunder,
You are.
right? Right. And she is running for District
She
1
gets that
in
right. She always
Fontana.
That's my district, right.
You know, and
District
we are talking
one.
about that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to bring up to you. With how you're getting out and you're getting your word out and you're running for the seat and all the different people that you are meeting along the way, which
Right.
is really good.
Which is a good fun part of it, yeah.
Yes. Now,
Oh, wait, I just thought of that name of that organization.
What?
New Environmental Leaders of America.
That's
So she's
Whoa.
training a new generation of
way of
scientists
saying
and
that.
engineers, yes.
that is so
I gave her a little plug, you know.
Okay. Yeah, after the show, I want her resource.
Oh, I'll give you her number.
Please.
We have to do that. You know, and isn't it amazing, ladies, how many ladies that we know and with all the organizations that we're in and so on, and it keeps
Yes.
on building and building and building,
Yes.
right? And before you know it, the guys are going to realize that we're running this world. It's not the other way around. We just
Right.
let them think that a little
Right.
bit, right? And now, with
Politics.
all of this going on and with you working with the children and the resources there, how does that play in with you running for the 1st District of Fontana?
Well, I think you always want to bring life experience and perspective to any job that you have, but especially one where you're representing the community and the public. And one of the advantages that I have is that because I facilitate educational workshops every day in different schools in the Inland Empire, I'm talking with families, I'm talking with parents, I'm talking with teachers,
Yes.
I'm talking with administrators, board members. So I'm constantly engaging and learning, which you bring that information back to the table when you're making decisions in the best interest of the city and of its residents. You don't define the priorities without first knowing what are the priorities. And the way to discover that is your interaction with the people you represent.
Definitely.
So that exposure that I have on a regular basis, I think it works well because it keeps me understanding problems that could escape me because I'm not from this community or my child doesn't attend this school. Or by having access to people from diverse backgrounds and diverse perspectives, it really shapes you as a leader, and it allows you to adequately convey the message and reflect the voice as a whole. And so I think it's a blessing to be in that position, to have the job that I have, to do what I enjoy doing, but to also be able to take what I'm learning and use it and pretty much pay it back to the people who instilled it in me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And when we were talking the other day on the phone about the size of your city, because it says Fontana City, right? So we got to make sure that we're clear on that in District 1. And we were talking about all the different empty warehouse buildings that they have and different ideas to put them back into use, and then different jobs for the young children that they could get involved in to get to know the community and you know, really find themselves along the way. I know it's not going to happen straight away because you got to get your feet wet and get everything else moving. But what other ideas do you have for Fontana City District 1?
Well, without giving away too much.
We won't tell nobody.
What happens is when
say
you,
a lot.
I try not to get into specifics sometimes because I feel like you had all this time when you were in the office to handle business. Now you wait till it's time to run, and all of a sudden my ideas sound really good if you see that they poll well.
Sure.
Oh, I could do that. Well, you've had 8 years to do it and you didn't, so I'm not going to do your job for you
Right.
and help you, defeat me in an election. But one of the things that I see as a priority is we have to address our environmental issues. And remember when I said earlier, we have to make people aware?
Yes.
On my website, I actually added a tab about the environmental issues. I put a few articles up there. I put a resolution, a Senate bill resolution that the Democrats have adopted in support of some legislation. And then I also put a recent letter that came out as I would say March, just a few months ago, to the city of Fontana about an upcoming project and how the state is advising the city about the environmental implications. So that's pretty much who I am. It's kind of like being an undercover Dateline reporter. I'm going to be a politician / reporter. You're going to know what these issues are so that when I bring something forward at a city council meeting or I ask you to come down and support something, you're going to at least know the facts. You're going to know the good, the bad, the ugly on all sides. And so the environment is huge, especially for a lot of voters who are directly supporting me, working in my camp and helping me on social media. That's one of the top priorities because air pollution is real. We have kids with asthma. It's not good for any of us, to be inhaling bad air and to be in a situation where the economic value of the projects that bring the bad air aren't necessarily supporting the lifestyle, the socioeconomic opportunities that we want. So you're going to inhale bad air for jobs that are dead end, and your economic infrastructure is not going to be advanced and accommodate middle class people and create those jobs that are really, as we know, the backbone of society. So we don't want to see that to continue to happen. But you have to educate people because people become complacent. They don't think there's a problem, so why do we need to? Why are we doing this?
Yes.
Why are we asking for more? Mm-hmm. And you and I know you as well, we're always taking it to the next level. Yes. We don't just sit and say, well, it seems to be okay. Okay is never going to be good enough for people like us. And I know there are a lot of people who feel the same way. Mm-hmm. So by educating you and saying, I don't know who told you this was okay, but you deserve much better. And your kids deserve much better. Yeah.
That is so true. Mm-hmm. And what's so terrific, too, is what you do with the children and the resources and how you work with them. And then as you're going through this process and this learning curve, they will be learning from you on exactly what you're doing, and then the people that are helping you through your journey. And I think it's absolutely fabulous.
So do I. And it's a mentorship in a way.
Yeah. That is really neat. And when you get elected, which it's coming, it's pretty soon here.
Out there in the air.
It's coming there. November's right around the corner here.
I
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you get elected and then you actually get settled into that nice big seat behind that king-size desk that you sit on with a ton of flowers around it and all this other good stuff, right?
You got to bring her in as a decorator.
Yeah, and then you have a maitre d' to come and get your coffee and all, and all this good stuff,
What city
right?
is this? What city is this?
It's our city. We're building.
Okay, we're creating. They'll definitely
Yeah.
elect me if we're doing all that.
And then when that's all done, I had this vision. I thought about this last night, and it crossed my mind, and it stuck. That's why I didn't say anything this morning. I wanted to wait till today.
Stuck.
When you get in your office and start doing what you have to doing, the question is, are you allowed, with the children that you are working with and teaching through everything that they're going through, are you allowed to bring them children to certain sites or certain meetings that they would really realize what you're doing and that could help them through their schooling?
Okay. So now something comes to mind when you bring that up. We have in the Fontana Unified School District, my husband and I have worked with Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, which is my sorority, and bringing the annual youth symposium every March. And the purpose of that youth symposium is for kids, it's the families to the parents, to come in, and we have breakout sessions where there's workshops and presenters presenting different topics related to an overall theme. Last year was leadership in government, the democratic process, how to become a future elected leader, and these were eighth grade through 12th grade students. The parents had seminars for them as well on how to support their children academically. So what I tend to do is I go to the schools, especially the schools that I've worked with and done the bullying training program for the parents. I get those parents to bring their children into these symposiums. So it's a way of educating them outside of my usual venue, but giving them exposure to other people. So like Don might be facilitating a seminar. You would be facilitating one on communication. In communications career, she would be doing one on starting your nonprofit or mental health. I will pull you guys in, and the parents would look at the schedule and say, oh, I want my daughter to go to yours, I want my son to go to yours. And the purpose of that is so that they're getting a taste of everything. I don't want to be the only mentor.
That's right.
And I want them to gravitate towards a career that best suits them. And you have to understand, not everybody can mentor everybody. My style is one way, your style is one way. So even when I remember I went to Jenny Craig, I said, who are you putting me with? He said, for your personality, I'm putting you with so-and-so. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? But he's like, I want you to be successful. I put you with the wrong person, it might not work out. So I think it's important to give kids exposure to a plethora of resources, mentors, leaders. Let them gravitate and pick. Let them build their own friendships, relationships, and because that's part of the growing process too. But I like to be a facilitator. I definitely like to be the one to share, to get you off the ground floor, but I don't have to hog the show.
I run
just want to bring
my
you together.
corporation the same way. I get it. It,
Okay.
it works a lot better too when you're volunteer staff or just people that are helping you campaign for the things you believe in,
Right.
politician or not. I think it's beneficial if you do know how to be a leader to delegate and saying it's not all yours. You just don't got this. Everybody has this. It's a mentorship program for all, and it has been quite successful for us at Red Shoe.
Oh, excellent.
You and I are two peas in a pod. No
All
wonder
right,
Bev's
all right.
like,
We got to
"You
be
need
working
meet,
together.
girl."
Okay. And if you
Does
just
work.
Okay, stay right there. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And Mr. Brandon is our board up. Hi, Brandon.
Hello, hello.
Okay, you still doing okay in there?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And we have Dawn from the Red Shoe Project.
Yes.
And we will be talking to her in just a teed wet. And then the one and only Shannon. She is part of us right now. She is part of the team.
Part of the tribe.
Yes,
Part of the
yes.
girl team tribe.
And she
All right.
is talking about running for in Fontana City for the 1st District and everything that she has planned that she wants to do for the city, and also with the children's resource and the training that she gives to the children, and especially with the bullying,
anti-bullying
yes.
training.
That's another thing that I would like to bring up if you don't mind,
No
right?
problem.
Now, with everything that you did in all the years you have been doing this, right? Let's back up the train just a teed wet.
Okay.
Okay, it's not quite left the station, but it's backing up just a little bit, right? When you decided to go to school, to get the education, to teach the children and the parents about bullying. Thank you. You know, the other children. How did you get involved in that, and how do you see it changing the children, what you're teaching them?
Well, I think the big deal is that children have to learn empathy.
Absolutely.
And what we know about bullies is that they don't have empathy. So it is something that you have to nurture and develop in children. Now, having been bullied as a middle schooler, even as an adult,
Oh, yeah.
you know, there's certain skills that you have to put into play to deal with bullies effectively, to convey a message without necessarily being confrontational. So there's a lot of skill, personality, there's certain traits. And so what I do is I train parents to foster these traits within their children so that it makes their children leaders and less likely to be bullies or to stand by and watch other people get bullied. But this came from a lifetime. If you ask me, you know, well, how did you learn this? There's no bullying institution. It's called life. That's your bullying institution.
Yes, it is.
And
It's
pretty much you learn as you go, and you have setbacks, and you trust the wrong people. You have people who try to leverage power against you. And so you have to maneuver. And some of us are better at it than others. I was horrible at it. I
can't believe that.
I had low self-esteem. I wanted to be liked, and bullies love people like that because you can exploit them, you can manipulate them. They're afraid to speak up. Even though I was very charismatic or I was liked and I dressed cute and I was popular, I still did all that because I wanted to be liked. So at the bottom of it, a bully can smell when you're looking for validation, right? So I was always a bully target and couldn't understand that. I went to 3 different middle schools and I was bullied, and I just couldn't understand, why am I always the subject of the bully? And so I had to learn that it started within how I felt about me, because then once I developed a strong sense of self and some self-esteem, I was able to send the correct signals and to deliver the message the way it should be delivered. And I just feel that a lot of children, I don't want them to go through what I went through. So if I can help the parents, help the children, work directly with the children, that's what I want to do. It's not because it's an occupation or I went to some school and got a certificate. I'll be honest, I actually wrote all of the curricula that I deliver. And it's based not just on research, but also my own experiences. And just everyday life, especially if you're going to enter the political arena, that's the bully fest. That's like, if you're looking for bullies, become a politician. That's who you're surrounded by all day long. So if I want to like fine tune my bullying skills, I know that being on city council is really going to take me to the next level. but that's
this I got. I wish I could be a little fly on the wall.
Get you.
Right?
I get you.
Yeah, for when you get there and you start talking to all these politicians for the first time. I would love to do that. And I'm going, yes. And talking about being bullied, my brother, Mikey, my twin brother, and we were the smallest out of the family. The shortest, the youngest, whatever. And so we used to get a lot of it because there was 9 in the family. And I remember one day, I'll never forget this, my grandmother, God rest her, real good Sicilian lady, and she says, come here. And I go, what? And she said to Michael, and Mike came over, and we said, what? She says, you want to get away from them? She goes, yeah. Then she says, don't go near them.
Right.
Walk away. That's all she said. Walk away. And finally, a light bulb clicked, and then we started figuring out, we had to learn the rest of it. But the younger you see this happening to a child, the faster you can get to that child, the better.
That's right.
And have you noticed that a lot of the children learn it from their parents and what's going on in their own household?
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. I think that in some cases there's some truth to that. It is a learned behavior. It's a learned skill. And sometimes people become bullies just because they're tired of being on the receiving end of being picked on. And they say, I'm just going to come off very aggressive initially so no one thinks I'm a fool or no one thinks I'm weak. And they end up imitating behavior that they're not even fond of just because they're trying to be overly aggressive and send this message. I think that you can learn social skills and ways of coping from home. I do teach that you can actually raise a child who's going to be bullied just by being a parent who is dominating and bullying. So you kind of prime your child to gravitate towards that behavior because that's comfortable to me. Even if it's dysfunctional, it's still familiar.
And it's getting rewarded negatively, but still rewarded.
And she would know, being a person in the field of mental health, being a trained person, a counselor, she definitely can tell you that you go towards things even when it's dysfunctional, not in your best interest, just because it's familiar.
Yes.
And we do that as adults too.
Yeah, we do. Definitely. And that's, I tell the parents, that's why it's important how you're raising your child, because you don't want them to end up in a house with a bully. And you're saying, how did my son marry a wife that's a bully? Say, well, let's think back 20 years ago. What kind of house was he growing? He just wants the comforts of home, and that's what he was used to, whether we meant to do it or not. And so I think that it's learned, but if we can trump it with compassion and empathy, then we can break certain habits. As a parent, you've been a parent. Are you a parent, Dawn?
Oh, I parent everything.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, all right.
I'm
so
everywhere.
you see, as in those positions, you have a lot of power.
Always have.
And you don't abuse it.
No.
With your own children, you're the ultimate power person.
Yeah.
And you notice that you're still fair, you're empathetic, you're respectful to your child, because you're still thinking in that child's position, how would I want to be spoken to? How would I want this information communicated to me? So empathy is just something that benefits you in all your relationships, but in raising your child, you definitely want to display empathy. And I think that's how we can eliminate the problem of bullying, just that.
That is good. And listen, guys, we got to stop for a minute. We got to go on a short break.
I wonder what happened to all our commercials.
Yes. Well, we get into this discussion, and you forget about the clock every once in a while, you know, and that happens. So we're going to go on break, and we'll be right back. Don't change that channel.
No.
All right.
Take my way, that's the highway, that's the best.
KCAA is your CNBC news affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
Hi, this is Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control. Have you had problems with pests lately? Cliff's Pest Control has been in business for over 40 years and is family owned and operated. We can take care of your general pest problems, that's the ants, spiders, all the crawling bugs, and we also can take care of your termite problems. You can reach us at 909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862. That's Cliff's Pest Control, Inc., serving the Inland Empire for over 40 years.
Hi, my name is Don, and I work with my wife Marie. We are holistic health practitioners specializing in magnetic therapy. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. The benefits of magnetic therapy are speed up healing time, reduce discomfort and pain, reduce inflammation, detoxify your body, help improve blood flow. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, we can be reached at 951-743-6903. We help to relieve pain without the dangerous side effects of drugs. Some of the other benefits of biomagnetism are a safe alternative for the treatment of over 500 ailments, including cancers, chronic back pain, migraines, asthmas, cysts, tumors, acne, arthritis, knee pain, sports injuries, broken bones, high blood pressure, diabetes, fibromyalgia, sciatica, multiple sclerosis, stroke recovery. It also helps reconnect the brain to the nerves. We are located in Yucaipa, and we are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, got pain, get relief. 951-743-6903. Once again, 951-743-6903.
If you own or work at a restaurant, bar, or nightclub, here's an important message to help improve your bottom line. At Starflight Entertainment, we rent professional karaoke DJ systems. The monthly cost is affordable, and Starflight systems are easy to operate. For more information, call me, Rich, or Bev at Starflight Entertainment, 909-797-7291. Starflight karaoke systems have great sound, and Starflight provides a large selection of songs, everything from the 40s to today's latest hits. We at Starflight Entertainment will supply a professional karaoke jockey, or we'll train someone for you. The Starflight system can also be used almost like a jukebox during your slower times. Starflight Entertainment has been in business since 1989, and many bars, restaurants, and clubs have been customers for up to 10 years. Starflight covers San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles counties, and we can help improve your business. So remember the name Starflight Entertainment, and remember 909-797-7291.
Starflight Entertainment.
KCAA Loma Linda, your CNBC news station, where your business comes first.
And we're back on that happy music. Yes, and you know, ladies, one of these days, what we're going to have to do is really dress down, you know, like back in the 60s dress, right? And have Brandon and have a couple of different band members here and talk about music and just play music through the whole show. What did you do on such and such a day, or where were you, or
what's this song remind you of?
Yes,
yeah,
that would be fun. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what'd be really cool? Do it with all the ex-presidents. What were you doing on such and such a date with so and so and so? You know, I mean, and we could mix the style with it. You know, how we did our hair, the clothing that we wore. Oh, that would be a blast.
Or do you have to do the 60s? Because I wasn't born until 70.
Honey, we're gonna. Well, I would like to.
Okay, so you got to join us now. You got to leave the 60s for a minute.
I need 60s in my life.
That's a good idea. But what I'd like to do is with the 60s,
I like the music of the
because
60s.
that's where a lot of the good music really, really started for the whole nation.
You think so?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I heard from my sisters and stuff, and I have a lot of the old albums from my sisters and stuff. And I'm going, oh yeah. You know, I like that. So we start like maybe 60s and then 70s and movement.
That's fine.
You know, like maybe once every 2 months or something, get everybody together. And where were you on such a day?
And wear outfits per genre. So like if it's 80s night or 80s
Yes.
on the show, we wear
I could
80s
do the
all
80s.
day.
I was in high school, middle school in the 80s, so I have good memories.
We should
Let's do it. Wouldn't that be a
Shopping with
blast?
Bev. Where'd you get your outfit? The thrift store.
Yes. Well, some of these, if you have to go back that far, that's what you got to
I'm
do.
fine with that.
Yeah, yeah. And I love antique. I call it antiquing.
It is.
You know, because you can, and some of the stuff that she found, I went, are you kidding me? Which one? She told me, no, boom, and down the road.
That's right. You do shop, right? That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And also, Dawn, while we are talking, why don't you bring up the event for this weekend?
Oh, okay. So on September 22nd at the Red Shoe Project, we're having our first annual real open house. One of our main focuses at Red Shoe is cancer support. We started a Healing Strong course. It's the first of many. It's more of an educational program. It's working with Chris Wark. That's all over the internet right now. And they're working with certain nutritionalists and more of a natural approach on cancer surviving after diagnosis. And that's what we emphasize at Red Shoe. My mother runs that division, and we are working on there's life after the diagnoses. There's life after you tell your husband or your children, or life after someone has passed on. Red Shoe, in my company, we come in and love on your family regardless of what stage. And one of the main things in our focus is education in skincare and nutrition. We do referral based out in a holistic approach, but then also we work with your doctors and things that if you just need a little pick me up after your doctor's appointment, just come by and have a glass of water or tea with us and kick back. And that's happening September 22nd, which is on the Saturday at 10:30 a.m. And it's an open house, so you can, if you stop by, you're working and you're on your way home from church, because I know that's Sabbath as well, and we respect that. Just come by and meet my family and meet me, and you'll get to see our environment. It's 302 Brookside Avenue in Redlands, California. And you're more than welcome to come by. You don't have to make donations. It's free. Please just come by and say hello. And then this will be a monthly thing. We'll do
Oh,
it.
it is?
It'll be every fourth
good.
Saturday of the month. So the Inland Empire is open to that. And then if you need education or any support during that time, you're more than welcome to call my mom. Can I give her phone number out?
It's would you like to get the phone number?
Yeah, please contact my mother. Her name is Theron. 951-640-2612.
One more time.
951-640-2612. Her name is Theron, and tell them that you heard us on the radio, because she likes knowing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and her mom is the coolest mom.
She's fun.
Yeah, she really.
She's everybody's mom.
Oh, she cracks me up.
Everybody's
this lady.
auntie.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we did. We had one more thing come up. We are going to start getting really involved in Santa Claus Inc. and the Christmas Tree Lane. We are having a tree this year, so I wanted to promote that too. I'm not a politician, but a lot of politicians are going to be there,
and she will be with us.
I hope you go.
Yes.
It's a gala and Christmas
nice.
Tree Lane. I volunteered for that last year with Debbie Jenkins. And also Shelley Bernach and Dignity Health. And there's all kinds of fun people there. And main focus is this year we're going to have a red shoe tree. So we're going to go all out. And that'll be up for auction. So be looking for the glam red shoe on the top of the tree. That's my dream. So.
And, you know, usually they have like an angel or something like that up there.
Which I respect, and we'll probably
then
do that.
Us other people, we have a little menorah, you know.
I have that too.
Yeah, and all this other good stuff. But to actually see a red shoe, I'm going
to do this.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I'm going to do this.
Let's do this.
They had the headdress ball, I think, like that. Pam Knoll, which is also part of our Healing Strong course. That was one person that you can also contact, and that'll be up on our Facebook page. Pam Knoll is a cancer survivor, and so this is one of her main focuses. But she used to do the headdress ball. She used to work with all kinds of florists around here in Redlands. And so Pam, this is her giving back to the community after surviving cancer. And so we have built a care coordinator group out of our fun little 76-year-old ladies, and we put them back into work after surviving cancer. They deserve some recognition.
Oh, wow.
And that is so cool.
Thank you.
You know, and
It's fun.
we'll keep you informed and all of this. You're going to start seeing it on Facebook
More
and
often.
Twitter and this a place and that a place,
And we're picking up a lot more revenue. We're getting souped up, ready to go for. We have some neat people coming onto our board this year, and we have some neat events planned for next year. Miss Politician, I'm not going to say everything.
Well, you got to send me the list.
Yeah.
Book in advance. Make sure I lock these dates.
I will
in.
make sure that dates are out there. And Bev's very good about if we have things that can join together. So Bev is a huge supporter of the community, and so she's given away 1 million tickets for California Theater. And so there's a really neat correspondence between Inland Empire, and I think it's neat that you're a serving leader already. And it sounds like you're an awesome mom. Doesn't she sound like Shannon? Sounds like an awesome mom.
I don't know if my son would agree.
do they ever agree?
Well, we support families going through this is a hierarchy that you're raising a family, and you're raising men and women. And so we're here as your family as well, and to take care of you during these times. It can be pretty hard and stressful on a family when you try to choose a different career path, or you become a politician, like a lot of us around here too.
Well, what I found out being a single mommy for so many years, the thing is, just make sure that they are secure, that they know that they're loved, they're cared for.
Absolutely.
If something comes up, whatever mommy is doing, mommy is going to drop it. And to go and do such and such, or see your ball game or whatever. It may be half of the game, but I'm there.
In the present is what she was focusing on.
And I think that every mommy, and it's a mommy or a daddy or daddy, however it works in your family, that will all work.
It
And
will.
I think the more support they get from day one, when they take that first breath, that's when they start learning. Am I right?
Right.
Right. With the sounds and the feelings and
Yes.
so
Right.
on
All
and
of
so
that.
on. And now, with that being said, now, Shannon, I want to ask you this, and if I sound silly, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
When you
All the
get
time.
when you get to the children at a very young age, what if the first 3 things a parent or a guardian or grandparents, whomever, what should they start doing and teaching with them children to get them on the right road, where they don't start bullying and all that other stuff?
Okay, well, I think I have this workshop that I do called Instilling Confidence in Your Child, and we talk about emotional intelligence. For a long time, the focus was on academics, strictly academics, right? And so emotional intelligence is something that people don't really think about the value of and how it can make you successful despite whatever circumstances you're in. What you have to do is you have to help a child from between the ages of 3 and 15, a child's self-theory is being formed. And that self-theory tells that child, what is my potential? What is the contribution I can make? How far can I go in life? So as a parent, you want to help support a positive self-theory. Unfortunately, as parents sometimes, we have a lot of baggage. We have a lot of self-doubt. We've endured some setbacks and some failures, and you can unwittingly project that onto your child and try to put limitations on their potential. And I see that a lot in my workshops. The parents are afraid. They don't want you to fail, or they don't want you to experience disappointment. They may feel that they'll lose their grip or hold or influence on you if you become too independent. So these are things that we have to grapple with as parents. And so the thing I tell parents is that the child is a separate being, and this is something I had to learn the hard way. You can't really, it's not like Play-Doh, where you can mold them into being the ideal person that you want them to be. And the key to being a good parent, and I had to learn this the hard way too, was having unconditional love as your child is growing and developing and shaping into who he or she is going to be. And that is hard for some parents because we have our fears, we have our concerns, and you see something that you don't want your child, you don't necessarily appreciate in your child or want to watch them go, in a certain direction. So I just tell parents, there's 3 doors, A, B, and C. I know with my son, I was secretly rooting, you're all like crossing your fingers like, I hope he chooses door B, so I don't want to say anything. And then when they choose door A, you're just devastated, but I set you up because I always wish my parents could take me to door B, and now I'm giving you door B, and you don't even want it. It's like, no, I'm my own person. I think I want to do door A. And that's, to me, that's the hardest part of parenting, because, you know, we know everything. We know what's right, and we want the best for you. And yet you have the audacity to decide what's best for you, despite what we're trying to do.
You little one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
how
do that?
Right.
You live.
After this investment
Very
and
nice.
all this setup that I've done. So for me, just looking back, I tell parents every day in my workshops that it's good that I was a very flawed parent in a sense. Maybe some fundamental stuff I got right, but it's good that I had my own issues that I had to learn and overcome, because then I can take that back to them. And it helps them understand and know that I understand them. And I understand the mistakes and the failures that we all make as parents. And anything that you get right and you do well, you have to think back, didn't you mess up before you got it right?
Well,
It's just that kids, you can't hit the rewind button.
One of the things, I really want to add to this, because you and I think on the same level. It really comes down to your children are good enough.
Right.
I mean, regardless of what we say and how our attitude, like, man, why'd you choose that? Or what the heck's wrong with you? Or why aren't you listening at school? Things like that. You as a mama's heart and you as a mama's heart, Miss Bev, there's a compassion level that we need to remind ourselves. These are little humans.
Right.
We are in charge of making sure that they're uplifted, edified, and exhorted out into the world. So to be a cumbersome world in their world, and being the cumbersome person that constantly pushes them down, for you to uplift them and say you are good enough regardless of the choice, and I do love you, that comes across is way more loving than the abrasive you're not good enough and dealing with aftermath of that.
Or that parent that just, it's not that you're not good enough, but they feel like you should take it to this level, and like kind of living vicariously through their kids.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, well, you could go so much further than me. Your voice is stronger than mine, or you're taller than, you know, they have all these things. You could be the football. I hurt my back, but you can be the next quarterback. You know, things like that. I think parents, I put myself in that category too. I think we struggle with, because we're like, we think you could be this, that, and the other, but then you have to look in the mirror and say, well, why don't you go do what you really want to do instead of trying to make your kids
That's called unique privacy in our world.
Okay, ladies, I hate to say this, but we got the 2 minutes.
You got the 2 minutes. Okay. 1 minute. Brandon.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Bump out your contact information.
If you want to come to our Healing Strong course, it's free. Open house 9/22 at 10:30 a.m. at 951-640-2612. Or if you want to talk to me about mental health issues and emotional wellness and overall and jobs, kids, animals, life. 951-491-1971. Almost forgot my phone number.
Yeah, good. And Shannon.
Yes.
Contact.
Yes, please visit my website at Shannon, SHANNON, O'Brien, OBRIEN, 4 FOR, District 1. Shannon O'Brien 4 District1.com.
Yay, Shannon
Please
O'Brien.
visit.
Yes. And I'll tell you, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show.
I did.
I had a fabulous time with these two ladies.
So did Bella.
They are, yes, and Bella, I'm sorry. And these two ladies are going to be back on the show as soon as possible. But with that, we got to say goodbye. Be safe, be happy. We'll talk to you next week, same time,
Love
same
you.
station.
Bye.
Ciao.
You know you set me free. I'm living in paradise. Yeah.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
I'm Tom Busby, CNBC. Walmart making another run at Amazon this upcoming holiday season. It owns Jet.com, which is now going after young, city-based shoppers. It'll begin selling Nike sneakers, clothing, and other gear on its site starting in October. On Wall Street today, stocks shot higher thanks to word that the U.S. and China will resume trade talks, and with shares of Apple rising higher a day after it unveiled its new iPhone lineup. The Dow today up 147 points, the Nasdaq up 59. Late earnings from Sears, though, and it was another dismal quarter. Sales in the second quarter fell nearly 4%, which was better than expected. Revenues, though, tumbling 26%. And it's exploring whether to close more stores and sell its Kenmore appliance brand. Consumer prices rose in August for the fifth month straight, mostly because gasoline and rents cost more. And United Airlines is going green. It wants to slash greenhouse gas emissions in half over the next 30 years. Tom Busby, CNBC.
It's the little things. Like finding $20 in the wash. Woo! Jackpot! Or knowing where to shop online for all the newest styles and best deals around. Stage.com, of course. Visit Stage.com today for incredible sales, our newest markdowns on clearance, more extended sizes, and even more choices. Plus, check out today's deals online for daily coupons and offers. Fresh styles, big savings, and fun perks every day. Stage.com. Little things mean everything. Offer exclusions apply.
Results may vary.